Last year, I joined ArtFight for the very first time and ended up drawing characters for artists from all over the world. This year, I'm coming back with a new plan and a party of Dungeons and Dragons characters ready for battle. What's ArtFight, you might ask? ArtFight is an annual art trading event where two teams, or in this year's case, three teams, compete. Artists draw each other's original characters, or OCs, essentially creating fan art for each other, and earn points for their team as they do. It's pretty simple, and honestly, some of the most fun I've ever had making art. All right, let's take a moment to check out the stat sheet. Overall, I'm really happy with my battle ratio from last year. I made 19 attacks and I was attacked 20 times. Not too bad if I do say so myself. The cool part is some of those attacks were just like funny sketches that I made where I turned artist OCs to be balds like me. And some of those attacks were art pieces that I got to do that I think honestly pushed my art skills to the next level. So some of my favorites from last year included Creature and Kisa from Snakies, the sketch I did of Ven's character Pharaohs. But my absolute favorite has to be the mass attack I did of my friends from the Fellowship of the Art Things. I had to push my understanding of perspective and character interactions with this one. The piece gives me a sense of pride more than anything else. The best thing about Art Fight, honestly, in my opinion, is it's getting the chance to befriend talented artists and get inspired by the work they put into their craft. So the way that I'm prepping for Art Fight this year is by making some character reference sheets. Last year I think all I did was just put up like a single image of all my characters. This year I want to do it a little bit differently. I want to add some things. I want to add some flats. I want to add the rendered pieces. I want to add some information about my character, things of that nature. So I'm beginning with Broggy the Bad. He's a halfling rogue. His subclass is Arcane Trickster. I absolutely love role playing Broggy. If you want to hear me role play him, you can go ahead and watch my Voices from the Realm video series that has him in it. And essentially, what he loves just hearing himself talk. He loves to tell lies to your face, all while having that smile. He is pickpocketing you with his invisible mage hand. Bragi is not a fighter by any means. He is a shit talker for sure, but essentially, Bragi would like to use his spell Expeditious Retreat to run away and hide, or he will cast invisibility on himself, or mirror image to protect himself as he runs away. Things like that, and that's probably my favorite part about Bragi, and the way that I role play him whenever I get to a table. He also loves to run his favorite con, Find the Queen, which essentially has a card of a knight, a dragon, and a queen. He shuffles the three cards, and his target, for a lack of a better word, tries to figure out which card has the queen under it, all while he is already using minor illusion or pickpocketing you in front of your face. All right, next up is my druid, Bo Braxton. He's also one of my favorites to roleplay. Again, you could check out Voices from the Realm, where I voiced him, and you get to get a nice little vibe check on him. He is like that pure Southern hospitality type of character. He's kind of big. He's about 7'8" Goliath of fire giant ancestry. But he's also a farmer for background. He loves to tend to the field. He loves animals. He will help anyone in need. And that's kind of his entire vibe about him. So he ends up leaving the farm to go on adventures to help out other farmers, teach people about how to treat the land, how to treat nature in general. His favorite spell is Nature Guardian, where he uses the Great Tree function of it more often than not. Essentially, what will happen is his skin will become more bark-like. He'll grow branches as antlers on the top of his heads that sprouts like leaves and things like that. And as he walks, the terrain becomes really difficult around him because the plants are all growing around him in general. But yeah, he is one of my favorites to play. I think utility wise, he's very useful in role play in general at the table. All right, and my final character reference that I wanted to make was for Granite Stoneheart. Granite is one of my earlier characters that I ever made when I first started playing Dungeons and Dragons. He is a dwarven barbarian, following the path of the zealot. He believes that he gets his power from the dwarven god Moradin. And so when he rages, he believes that it's righteous rage. that Morden is kind of aiming him like an arrow to go spot and find really strong opponents to go ahead and like test his might and test his will. Um, Besides that, Granite's like persona is very machismo. Anytime he does anything that he finds like embarrassing, like if he fails at arm wrestling or if he can't climb a tree, he kind of finds himself in like moments of little depression. Granite hails from a place called Anvil's Deep Mountain, where there is a mine and a forge in there, and he's even mined different types of Anvil's Deep Salt. And so the way that my character has been evolving is that he's become kind of like a salt peddler. So he starts selling Anvil's Deep mine flavored salts wherever he goes. He's got about 32 distinct flavors right now, so he's essentially Baskin Robbins until he discovers more flavors that he can add to his salt. And I don't know, he's just kind of a fun character to play in that regard for the roleplay aspect. But he's also the kind of character that takes things to heart, that will shoulder the load for his friends. He's really just such a great guy that he will be anyone's shield. Granite, great character. Really love playing him. This year for ArtFight, I really want to focus on targeting Dungeons and Dragons characters, fantasy adventurers, and tabletop inspired designs. My goal is to create more attacks than I did last year and experiment with a few different drawing styles as well. And honestly, if I make a few friends along the way, that doesn't hurt either. All right, guys, if you have an ArtFight username, put it in the comment section down below and I'll make sure to follow it if I'm not already following you. Also, if you have a D&D character that you have on your ArtFight page, go ahead and link it here, because then I'm just going to add it to my list of potential targets. Also, let me know which of my characters from my reference sheets that I created was your absolute favorite. And if you're not already following me, go ahead and follow me at the Drawing DM on ArtFight. Well, that's all from your Drawing DM. Happy art fighting, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Lads, come near and hear. Aye, aye, the reef runs red. A ghostly whale warns of the day, or joins ye with the dead. Beware the rope that sways and groans, where the hangman's ghost still sings. His voice is the wind through cracking bones. And the reef, oh, the reef has jagged iron teeth. Hey! Strung him I at the turn o' tide. Aye, aye, the sand drank slow, but the tide won't take what hangs in sight. His shadow sways below. Beware the rope that sways and groans, where the hangman's ghost still sings. His voice is the wind through cracking bones. And the reef, oh, the reef has jagged iron teeth. Hey! Some say he cries to spare your sail. Aye, aye, a mercy rare. Don't grin too wide, that's no ghost's way. That's laughter on the air. Beware the rope that sways and groans, where the hangman's ghost still sings. His voice is the wind through cracking bones. And the reef, oh, the reef has jagged iron teeth.